Hi, this is Mark Laughlin with the Ambidextrous Gunfighter, looking at doing a sling for the KelTec RDB from the Ambidextrous Gunfighter perspective. Now, I'm using a Magpul MS3 sling, and first let's go over some of the issues that kind of were a little bit hurdles to overcome here. First off, it's kind of odd, I thought initially at least, that the sling mounts on the KelTec RDB are kind of different from front to rear. We have this one here at the top of the buttstock. We have one here that kind of looks like a guide to a like a main sheet or a halyard guide on a sailboat, which has more of a kind of a rounded feel to it for like a line to run back and forth through. Then we have this one here that's different. It's the loop, a metal loop that's actually I thought initially might be the one I would use. I thought I could hook this into that, like that. And of course, what I found was that it just blocks ambidextrous movement of the firearm. And then of course we have this one here up front, and found out that these hooks that come with the Magpul sling just won't fit over that, and neither will they fit over this. Instead of running this little bowline here up here that might flop around and maybe touch the barrel and get burnt through, is we come up with like a spring, wire spring thing that puts some tension in here, and then on each side here a little loop would poke out on that I could hook my clip to. So with the tension in there, something you could squeeze and pop out and squeeze and put in place, and then have that loop that's like a metal loop coming off of here. That would be ideal. That's just in order to get to where I could run the 2-point sling. Kind of not too keen on having this big loop up here flopping around. Maybe if I shorten up, I might try reducing its size a bit and see if that makes me a little more less concerned about it. Also want to mention there's a terrific video by Kennedy Defensive Solutions. It's a single point sling versus a dual point sling with a Navy SEAL. I learned a lot from that, and I highly recommend you go check it out. I'll throw a link down in the description. And at that point I was thinking, well, I really probably want to hook into this. So what I did was I basically made a little bowline like this. Again, another sailboat reference here. I made a little bowline, but I put it in this loop here and then attached this to it. And then what I found was, with the sling attached up here, that basically blocked and interfered with left and right movement of the firearm. So I was kind of getting discouraged. And so but then it occurred to me, I was thinking again, sailboats. In sailboat, there's what's known as kind of like a traveler, that the main sheet and they control the boom with across the traveler, for the mainsail. And I thought, hey, I'll just take a short loop of paracord and use a figure 8 stopper knot there. And if you don't know how to do that, I'll include a little short video at the very end of this to show how to make a little stopper knot. And just made a short piece. I made it long enough to where it would kind of clear things, but not get in the way or get behind the buttstock. A little bit concerned that maybe it's going to interfere with mag changes. Although if it's held like that, it looks like it's always out of the way. We'll have to see if this gets in the way of ejection. I don't think it'll be a problem. The brass should just bounce off of it and fall wherever. Now, actually getting this attached can sometimes be a little bit of a pain, but once you got it on there, you want to, of course, push the little lock button on there on the sling clip. And then now we have our attachment for a single point sling on the KelTec RDB. Now the reason I wanted to do the little, what I call a traveler here, is that allows the sling clip to move from one side to the other. So I'll show how it works. It comes up and you can see it's the little traveler's right there, and then as I make my transition, comes right over, I do the whole push out to clear my body armor, come back in, and you see the sling kind of moves over. In fact, I can drop it kind of on the left side here and there's no problems. So coming up left-handed, switching back to right, back and forth. And I've had no problem, no interference by using this Traveler on the sling. We'll see through further testing how this does, but like this is kind of a video that I'm putting out to actually kind of share with everyone and say, hey, got any better ideas on how to make a single point sling really function properly for ambidextrous manipulation of the firearm back and forth. So anyway, looks like a really nice sling. I like the clips with the locks on them. It gives you some confidence that it's not going to come undone. The webbing and everything looks really awesome. Oh, let me show you you can also run the MS3 as a 2-point sling. So it's kind of a very versatile, because right here on this cross piece you actually have a clip there that you can undo and have it locked. So unlock it, undo, you can bring it up here. Like I said, it wouldn't get over that, wouldn't actually fit on the sling mount there on the KelTec. Now I basically have a 2-point sling, and I can really easily get into and in out of different positions. You know, now I can actually move it in behind my back and get it out of the way. We have an adjustment here where if I want to, I can snug it up tight against my body. And then when it comes time to, you know, switch back to a single point sling, just come back to here and we're back in business. So it's very, very versatile. And, you know, honestly, I did not expect, when I ordered the sling, I thought this is going to be a waste of money. I'm going to find out that it's not going to allow me to be ambidextrous, and you know, of course, how important I regard that. And so I really thought I was just wasting my money. But it looks like with my little Traveler here, I think we may be in business. Okay, for me, this is kind of the process I worked out to how I adjusted the sling to get it to fit me, at least to get it to a starting point. And so you have this slider, which is the kind of a quick adjustment you can make on the fly. And I set it back to where it was about, you know, that far back with a lot of room to slide to tighten it up, but a little bit of slack to have if I wanted to loosen it up even more. And then I draped it around, and then I worked this adjustment here, these two adjustments here, to where it brought the attachment, the clip here, up to about just above my belly button, around my sternum. Could maybe go a little bit higher, I think, but that was how I started out. So I can pull in and tighten it up more if I want, but still have a little bit to slacken it up a bit if I need to do that. But I figure mostly I'm going to want to generally be interested in tightening it up. Just trying to maintain some versatility for if I wanted to switch to the 2-point sling, although I think for me I'm going to run at 1 point probably 90% of the time. I do have some excess here. At some point when I'm confident in my setup, I'll probably cut that and shorten it up a bit. Like I said, I'm really impressed with these little clips. They're really cool. Feel pretty sturdy, and once you got it locked and clipped on, you can push that and that will lock it and prevent it from accidentally opening. So kind of like a safety. I suspect that if you had this on and had your rifle on, and say your rifle got somebody grabbed you from a vehicle and started dragging down the road, I suspect these clips might break away and prevent you from being dragged down the highway. So maybe, you know, like a fusible link. But really the quality of the construction, I mean, it's just looks like really unique, kind of a nylon. and good stitching. They're not particularly cheap, but I think they're well worth the money for a single point sling. So now I can actually run it down here and got my position, rest my arms on it, and if I'm you know, if I'm a member of the NFAC, I can actually like shove my muzzle down the ground maybe, and you know, maybe to avoid a negligent discharge. So that's just for the NFAC people. It's Mark Laughlin with the Ambidextrous Gunfighter. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. So if you made it this far of the video, came here to see the stopper knot. This is a figure 8 stopper knot. You create a loop, twist once, twist twice, bring the end through the loop, and there you can see your kind of your figure 8 infinity looking shape. And as you snug that down, that will not pull out.